Hello and welcome to Planning by Design. In this video, we'll explain when you do and don't need planning permission for a change of use. In the UK, a change of use can sometimes be carried out under permitted development rights. However, certain conditions and limitations apply, including prior approval from the local planning authority in many cases. Stick around until the end of this video to avoid falling foul of the most common permitted development mistakes. Only houses have permitted development rights, but not all houses have permitted development rights. Flats, maisonettes, and commercial properties always need planning permission. Planning constraints such as conservation areas, listed buildings, World Heritage sites, areas of outstanding natural beauty, Article 4 directions, or even living under a flight path may limit or remove your permitted development rights. Any previous developments, even by a previous owner, a long time ago may have used some or all of your permitted development rights, meaning planning permission is required. Planning policies are also ever-changing. Even if your change of use is permitted development today, the council can impose new planning constraints that remove your permitted development rights at any time in the future. This could result in a breach of planning and risk enforcement action. If an enforcement notice is issued and retrospective planning permission is refused, you would need to restore the property back to its original state. If your property has permitted development rights in place and is free from constraints or restrictive covenants, you may be able to change its use without the need for planning permission, provided it meets all the criteria set out for the relevant permitted development class. Class G, change of use from commercial to residential, above a shop, retains the ground floor as Class E. It allows up to 2 flats to be created above shops, offices, and other Class E premises such as betting offices and payday loan shops, without needing a full planning application. However, building regulations approval is still required to ensure the new flats meet all safety and quality standards. Class MA allows the entire property to be converted into Class C3 from certain Class E premises, such as shops, offices and restaurants, without a full planning application, although prior approval is required. The building must have been in Class E or an equivalent use before the 2020 changes for at least 2 years, and it must have been vacant for at least 3 months before the application is submitted. Class M permits the conversion of smaller retail units such as shops, betting offices and payday loan shops into residential use, provided the total floor space does not exceed 150 square metres. Prior approval is required to consider factors like transport impacts, flood risk and adequate natural light for future occupants. Class R permits converting agricultural buildings into flexible commercial uses, including Class E shops, offices, restaurants, storage and distribution, or certain tourism-related uses, up to a maximum of 500 square metres. Depending on the site, prior approval may be needed to assess transport, noise and flood risk. Class Q allows certain agricultural buildings to be converted into residential use without a full planning application, although prior approval is required. From 21st May 2024, Class Q covers all barns on an agricultural unit, as long as they've been part of that unit for at least 10 years prior to 24th of July 2023. Barns built under agricultural PD rights are excluded. The maximum number of new dwellings can be a maximum of 10, and the total convertible area 1,000 square metres, with each dwelling capped at 150 square metres. A 4-metre rear extension is also permitted on an existing hard standing that was in place before 24th of July 2023. However, even if your change of use meets these criteria, you may still need planning permission. For example, if there are hidden planning constraints or your permitted development rights have been used up by previous developments. It is important to note that 20% of our planning applications are retrospective, and 99% of these were sure they didn't need planning permission but got it wrong. With this in mind, it's best to check with your local planning authority or a chartered town planner before commencing work to limit your risk and expense. To find out if you need planning permission, you have two options. The first option is to submit a pre-application to your council. This requires architectural drawings showing the property before and after the works, along with a detailed proposal explaining your plans and how they meet the relevant planning policies. A pre-app costs up to £600 and typically takes 5 to 8 weeks for a response, though it's not a legal determination and doesn't guarantee approval. Alternatively, our town planners can provide a planning appraisal. We check the same planning policies, planning history, and planning constraints as the council, but without the need for architectural drawings or a detailed proposal. The advantage of a planning appraisal is you'll get the answers you need within a day instead of waiting weeks. For anything likely to be considered permitted development, it is always recommended to obtain a lawful development certificate before commencing any works. A lawful development certificate is the only way to prove that your development is permitted development and does not need planning permission. It is also often required when selling or remortgaging your property to prove to buyers or lenders that all modifications are lawful. Without planning permission or a lawful development certificate, your change of use may not increase the value of your property. By securing a lawful development certificate, you're investing in both the future security and potential value of your property. If you're considering a change of use project and would like any help or advice, contact us for a free, no-obligation consultation at www.planning-by-design.co.uk. Thanks for watching. We hope this video on when you do and don't need planning permission for a change of use has been enlightening for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more insightful content, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our upcoming videos. We value your thoughts and questions, so feel free to share them in the comments below. Your feedback drives us to create more content tailored to your needs. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy developing.